today only, check your calendars. You get 40% off for 12 months on Helium 10. If it's December 2nd until midnight tonight, if you're watching this, this is the biggest discount I've ever seen them offer to us affiliates. So there's an affiliate link in the description. It's 40% off 12 months, so a full year at almost half off. Get that. If you haven't already, you're planning on starting an Amazon business in 2025, you're going to need this, so start there. Otherwise, you can get 20% off of 6 months. If it's after that date and you're watching this video, the link down below will still work for you. So other than that, let's get right into it. We're going to be using Black Box here today to find products to sell on Amazon. The typical way, we're going to be doing some cool tricks, so stick around. About halfway through the video, we're going to be going from this kind of beginner way to a little bit of a more advanced technique you use using some Helium 10's other tools. But if you want to just take the ride with me, feel free to stick around, and yeah, let's get to it. So we're going to first navigate up here to the tools bar. From tools, if you're new to this, you have your dashboard, you have this kind of section up here. You can star stuff that'll just quickly bring it over to the side here. So I've taken some of my favorite tools and I've just brought them over to the side. Simple as that, right? So I've got Cerebro, Magnet, Launchpad, Black Box, Market Tracker, and those all come over here. So go ahead and open up Black Box, and I'd recommend bookmarking it as well. And there we go. So category, I recommend going one at a time. So we don't need more than one category. So I could just start something simply like patio, lawn, and garden. Okay. Now keep in mind, we're looking at products here. Okay. So I can come in here and I could specify of this product. I really don't care about how many reviews it has. I'd say up to even 5,000 reviews is fine. Emphasis should not be on reviews, really. It should be on the customer. And so I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Price is important. So I don't like looking at products that cost less than $20. You're going to have a really hard time sourcing, paying Amazon's fees, paying yourself with a product less than that. Okay, you have to be a master of sourcing to do it with less than that. We could even put 30 there, but we're going to start with 20, and we'll just go 20 to 40. So we'll look in that price range. Shipping size, do yourself a favor and just don't look at anything that's bulky, because that's going to quickly rack your fees up to be half of your cost to fulfill. So weight, fulfillment, don't bother with any of that. We'll just go kind of in the rows here. So number of images. This is a really cool one, and it's one of the only reasons that I'll use the product section here. When I come to number of images, let's say there's a max of 4 images. So this is a listing that sells, well, we haven't said how well it sells yet, but it's going to sell very well, and it's not going to have a lot of images. So this is going to show me that this is a listing that's old and boring for the most part, and they're not really competing on creative elements like imagery and enhanced brand content. And that's super powerful. Listing age we can play around with too, but for now, let's just negate that. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to go to parent level revenue. Parent level versus ASIN level. These are new distinctions. Parent level basically says for all of the child ASINs on the listing. ASIN revenue is just one ASIN does X amount. Just go with parent level. And we're going to put 40,000 in sales minimum. Okay, we'll do a max of 60,000. So that could be 2 doing 20, 1 doing 30, and 1 doing 10, etc. Okay, so it kind of accounts for multiple SKUs being on the listing, their size variations, anything like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit search here. And this is super, super simple. Okay, so we see something like, let's see here. So a Black Ridge Farms black oil sunflower seed. That's a 10-pound bag. 10 pounds is quite heavy for $26. So right off the bat there, I'm probably not too interested in that. So we'll keep looking here. So I just zoom in. This page will render to the size you want to zoom in at, so it won't be blurry. So I could just scroll through here like this. You'll actually notice one thing that we're getting here, and sometimes you can filter this after as you see results that you don't really want. Go to edit filters. I see the seller. A lot of the times the seller is coming up as Amazon. So we can come right here to exclude seller, and I could put exclude seller being Amazon. And I'll just hit apply filters. And so anything that's actually sold by Amazon themselves, I don't want it to show up. And there's a reason for that, right? Because with Amazon selling products, what they're doing is they're essentially a retailer, right? So when a retailer sells a product, they work out a wholesale deal with a distributor, and they can get the product for exceptionally low costs. And then they'll, most of the time, sell it for much less than you can sell it for. That's how these big retailers work, right? They're making these massive purchasing orders, getting prices really low, and then because Amazon isn't paying their own referral fee, they can instantly charge at least 15% less. And then because they are paying what it truly costs to ship it, not an inflated cost of what it costs to ship it, moral of the story, they can charge significantly less. I sell against, now a quick diversion here, I do sell against Amazon in my marketplace. Okay, so there's multiple listings that are sold by Amazon. They do sell really well. It doesn't stop my listing from selling well because I have a enthusiast customer who wants to buy a better option. Some of the market wants to buy a better option. And so that cheap price name brand thing isn't really appealing to them. They actually want something better than what that is. Okay, so that's where that starts to work. And this is where we go into what the criteria of what we're actually looking for is. Okay, so there's some discernment that you have to build up as an entrepreneur and build your skills to be able to see through some of this stuff. Okay, so we've gotten through this list. That's all of page 1. Okay, so what that's telling me is that I either have to change my filters, or how can we turn 19 ideas into maybe 1900 ideas, or even just 190 ideas, 10 times more ideas than this? Well, there's a couple ways we can do that. I can look at what I think this keyword might be, and I can go to Magnet. That'll give me more keywords related to what someone's searching for when they look for this. I can click on Amazon, look at everything that's selling for this. So go ahead and open up this on Amazon and see what else is there. Or really simply, I can just copy the ASIN, go back up to Tools, and then we're going to open a tool called Cerebro. You can do this in a new tab. So hold Command, click on that, and it does nothing. So that didn't work at all. It deleted where we were. I should have done open in a new tab. It's usually a hotkey, and I guess I'll just end the video because it's so embarrassing. Kidding. We'll hit Get Keywords. And now this is kind of cool, right? So we're looking at everything this product ranks for, and that's incredibly helpful in and of itself. But one other thing that it's going to do is it's going to allow us to see kind of that lukewarm zone, which will be related products, or maybe this ranks 60th for or 50th for, but those products, those search terms might still have 40,000 searches. And so when we get into that zone, you'll see we have 1,300 keywords here. Okay, that's fine. We're going to filter that list down to make some sense of it. So I want it to only show me keywords that have over 1,000 search volume. I want it to only show me keywords where the PPC bid is less than $1.60. I want it to only show me keywords where, well, we could do more, but let's just sit there for a second. I don't want to over filter. We can always filter more. It's hard to get stuff back. Not really, just change it back, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now we're looking at, we turned one listing into 17 potential product ideas. Now, many of these are not going to be true product ideas. You might find 3 or 4 more in here, but if every time I get a product idea, I turn it into 4 or 5 more product ideas, I'm 4 or 5 times more productive than the guy that's doing product research right next to me. Okay, so that's a huge advantage. And so that's actually pho, right? So that's not what we're looking for. What do we have here? So this is 1,000 search volume. I'll go straight for the juggler most of the time. I'm gonna look at search volume, look for like the 5s, the 8s, the 9s, 10s, 15s, 20s. And so let's see here. 5 is just swim. Okay, this one's 3,000. Chlorine tablet floater. Okay, so that's the actual thing that goes in the pool. We don't really want to sell hardware. Reason being, it's harder to make a custom product, right? When I have to actually create a mold for something, I have to pay a lot more than just simply changing the formula of something like a phosphate gel or something, okay? So this one actually has 67 cents. The search volume is only 1,000, but I wonder if there's anything similar to that. So that's actually acne treatment. That's not for the pool, right? So this is kind of the process of product research that starts to happen. And it's good to show this kind of live. Every time I click into something, it doesn't just turn to gold. Okay, so it's easy from the other side to see like, oh, all these product research videos, people finding great ideas. A lot of those videos, people are spending hours to find an idea that looks like that, and then backtracking to show their progress as if they just stumbled across it. So cut through some of that and just see that there is hard work and there's some discipline that's required here. When I'm looking at product ideas, I first have to actually know what I'm looking for. And so I dropped a hint earlier to you that was, I want to look for customers who want a better option, or customers who are in pain, in need of a product that gets them out of that pain either faster with less of their effort, right? So actually a more valuable solution to the problem that they're having. And so when we work backwards from who's my customer, oh, it needs to be an enthusiast, and I have to have a clear way to bring them more value. That can kind of come later. Okay, you can form your value proposition after finding the product, but at least be thinking from the point of like, when I clicked into the FOSS-free product for pools, I'm picturing a person who has a hot tub, who has a pool, who's taking care of this thing, where they have an area in their shed that's dedicated to 5 or 6 products that they're continuously using. That might be someone that I can squeeze in front of and deliver a value proposition to them that requires less attention from them, less constant thinking about the quality of their pool. It's just one-stop solutions for you do this at this interval, we've already timed it for you, and you're done. Okay, maybe some value add in the form of like a table that breaks down what they have and how quick. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so let's go back to Black Box, and we're going to start from the beginning again. Anyway, so we're back on Black Box, and you need to know how to use both of these really. So that was products. I'm going to navigate to keywords actually and show you again how to use this tool. This is like finding the right product to sell on Amazon. It's almost too narrow of a way of thinking. Again, I'm trying to move people to say, how do I find the customer I want to sell to? And so when I'm looking from how do I find the customer I want to sell to, this is always kind of only relative to that. And so it's like I have my own filter built into my head when I'm looking at product ideas of who's buying this thing. And so that's always the question I'm asking myself as I'm looking. Keywords is such a overpowered way of doing product research because we're going a step closer to who's searching, or sorry, to who's buying, because we're looking at what are they searching. And so a search comes before a purchase of always, right, on a search-driven purchasing engine like Amazon. And so we're taking a step back to just the customer's needs or what they're in pain, why they're in pain. Okay, you're trying to solve something. So I could do, again, search volume. Just go 4,000, right, because we can find long-tail keywords that equate to much more than that. I don't want to limit it too much. Let's keep I liked our 40,000 minimum. But this time we'll change it up a little. Go 20 to 40. 40 will be the cap. And so when we ran out of product ideas last time with the products section, that's one of the things we could have done is gone through. Of course, we closed the tab by accident, but once I saw that I was at the bottom of that result, I could have, gone through, taken the ASINs, put them in Cerebro, seen what I get from that, but then also just gone back to the top of that page and changed out the monthly revenue, set the maximum to be the minimum or vice versa. Review count, I'm going to be honest, most of the time I don't even fill that out myself. I know the community of people who are doing product research as a whole have a big affliction towards review count. I don't carry that same point of view. I just don't care. I sell against people with 15,000 views as a custom brand. I'm not even doing private label. I want to say I just built my own brand from the ground up with a completely custom product here locally in the United States. So it's not private label. Private label is you already have a product. I'm slapping my label on it. It's not what I did. I built everything from the ground up for my brand and my business. So it's not private label. It's brand building. Rant over. But what we're going to do is we're going to go patio, lawn, and garden. So same category, different way of looking into that same area. And then price is a big one still. So we're going to go 20 minimum. Let's even jack that up a little bit. Let's go 26 minimum. And I turned into a green weirdo. Let me fix that. My camera's been a little weird lately. And there we go. So we got to get her back in focus. Real YouTuber would probably edit that out. I probably won't remember to do that. So we're going to hit... what happened here while I was looking away? Boom, boom, boom. We're good. We're running this live. So we're going to hit search. Okay, cool. I can do something really quick. If I start seeing things like that, I can just go exclude keywords and go Christmas, holiday. Oop. Okay, cool. And search. That's just going to eliminate some of those annoying seasonal products. Okay, so a home sauna. That's really interesting. $4,000. That's a really clear vision of a person in my mind right now. Is that really a product that we can sell? Okay, so this is kind of reminding me of the like ice bath market. There's a ton of cheap options and there's a couple really nice ones. So this is kind of interesting. Let's check out the keyword structure. So if you have the diamond plan, not platinum plan, which by the way, there's a link in the description, by the way, if you have diamond right now and you want to upgrade to platinum but still keep a 20% off, there's a tool for that down below. So infrared sauna, portable sauna. There's a lot of search volume here for saunas. The bids are quite high, but depending on how you're pricing it, that doesn't really matter. I bet you the conversion rate's relatively low. We'll have to take a look into that. But now we're kind of getting into how to analyze markets. Product research is, in my book, broken into stages. I tend to think of product research in terms of ideation, and then analyzation, and then creation. So in the idea phase, I'm actually just trying to rack up a large number of products that have enthusiast customers. And so that's really where I'm stopping. It's just like, do I have a clear sight of who's buying this thing? And that's kind of the point of this video. Who's buying this? Why are they buying it? Why are they in pain? And I'm thinking from that person's perspective. Would they buy something else? Would they buy a nicer option at a higher price, etc.? Maybe come later this week, I'll do another video, which is not so much about product research, but more about that analyzation phase, which I've done quite a few videos about this on the channel. Where do I go from here? I have a big list of 10, 15, 20 products. If I do a consulting call with a client, which by the way, there's a link in the description if you ever need help or want to do a call with me. One of the first things I have them do is I show them my formula, my specific way of analyzing a product. But then I say, let's put a quick pause on this. For your first assignment, what I want you to do is just go find 20 ideas. Because the next time I meet you, we're going to be working through using the process that I've come up with that gave me my product idea and how I vetted it. And we're just going to be going through your list together, get you used to doing it. And then eventually you kind of have this superpower where you're able to look at product ideas, run them through a filter of a filter, we just call it a filter, and then get the ones that actually make sense out the other end. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Like I said, till today, only midnight, it would be a 40% off discount for a full year of Helium 10. It's an insane deal. So hopefully you picked that up. Otherwise, hopefully you just got some good insight into product research out of this, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. So thanks so much. Later.